John Jones, who's a part owner of Dirty Boxing, showed up to the weigh-ins of the event on a horse, and the horse had an eye patch on it. He did this to troll and make fun of Tom Aspinall, who had a no contest last weekend after an eye poke. Would have been hilarious if he didn't turn down 30 mil to fight him. Jones rolling up on a horse with an eye patch is peak pettiness. Aspinall's eye still effed up from that gun poke. Jones shows up like this, that's cold-blooded. Trolling when he ducked is diabolical. John is unlikable, but to think that this guy is scared of Tom Aspinall is a stupid conclusion to pull. I'll never understand this mentality. He ducked Tom, retired, now talking shit. You had the chance to fight the guy, bitch ass.
When you call me a bitch ass.
Hamdi Abdalwahab picked up a win over Chris Barnett over the weekend, but it wasn't a good performance. Hamdi blames a torn pectoral muscle for the loss and also breaking his hand during the fight. He got cut after the fight despite the victory.
Yeah. I thought it was state property. State? Yeah. This? Yeah. State? It ain't. Hit the road, dude. This ain't no state property. This is private property.
Mayweather-Pacquiao being explored as a Netflix event. It will be an official fight, not an exhibition. In April, where it leaves Floyd versus Mike Tyson exhibition, recently announced, is unclear.
Careful.
With all the eye poke talk, Arnold Allen not taking any risks training with goggles on. Aspinall making her BKFC debut November 15th in California. She's taking on Cheyenne Bintliff, who has a record of 2-1 in bare knuckle boxing. Violent Bob Ross versus Rafael Alves in karate combat, Miami KC 57 on Friday. Some feel that the UFC shouldn't have cut either of these guys. Rafael Alves has a record of 55-11, a lot of fights on his record. Sean Strickland on when he's fighting next, probably January or February of next year. Always in shape. Now I just have to stop eating. He wants to fight Fluffy Hernandez. Hernandez is down. His first choice is DDP, but he says he's down for whatever. How the F does Sean make middleweight? Genetics play a big factor in weight. Some guys struggle to keep weight. I'm not that way. My metabolism slower, 11% slower than the average middleweight in the UFC. So I make up for that by running a lot. I hate it more than anything. Sean Strickland doing some training with Will Fleury, who's fighting next in Octagon MMA on December 28th against Martin Boudet, former UFC heavyweight who was cut by the UFC. Now returning to Octagon MMA, trying to reclaim that heavyweight title. With Bryce Mitchell breaking his nose during training, some fighters were made aware of the fact that they're only covered by UFC insurance if they have a fight scheduled. Coverage applies only when you're under contract and are scheduled to fight. If you don't have an upcoming fight officially booked, you are typically not covered for fight-related injuries during training. So guys like Ayman Zahabi didn't know that, but now they know that.
If you don't know, now you know.
Netflix unveils Paul versus Tank Davis trailer, but there were some rumors the fight's being postponed due to low ticket sales. Roach versus Pitbull, Saturday, December 6th. Paramount lays off 1,000 US-based workers and another 1,000 soon to follow. That 2,000 layoffs represent about 10% of Paramount's employee base. When we launched the new Paramount in August, we made it clear that building a strong future-based company would require significant change, including restructuring the organization. As part of that process, we also have to reduce the size of our workforce. The deal between the UFC and Paramount is approximately $7.7 billion over the course of 7 years, and that begins in January.
So I'm here I'm in Miami getting ready for an upcoming event, and my mind drifts off to the people back home in my country, Jamaica, and as much as I'm doing my thing, it's hard to sit with other people out there suffering, and it's unfortunate that things have to get far for us to come together to want to help. So I'm not just going to do the whole pray for this. I think prayer works with actions. So if there's ways that I can be educated on how to help and contribute, and maybe this message can be spread so other people can help too, and hopefully this is a spark to help a part of the world become even better. So Jamaica, Budea, Awanaganoe, Suamase. Thank you.
So I'm walking, and there's this gypsy pushing a cart. Now I was trying to explain to my woman what a gypsy is, right? They're the ones that stand out in Walmart, and they're like non-nomadic people. But anyways, we're walking, just following this gypsy because it's on my path. And this gypsy, who's out in front of Walmart begging for money, lives in this house, which is probably like $1 million plus house. That's her basket. Those are all the gypsy cars. So next time you see a gypsy in front of a Walmart asking for money, holding a baby, $1 million house. Don't feed the gypsies.
UFC confirms Macy Barber's next fight is going to be December 6th, UFC 323 against Karini Silva. That's number 6 in the division. Barber against Silva, who's ranked number 9 in the division. Barber was really sick last year. She also had a medical issue right before she was set to walk to the cage to fight Erin Blanchfield in May, so that fight got canceled at the last second. She also missed weight for that fight, so people are wondering, can she make the fight? Can she make the fight in a healthy way? Can she make the weight and perform properly against Silva? Silva's coming off a decision win over Dione Barboza in August. She's trying to take the number 6 ranking of Barber. UFC also confirms a middleweight contest for that card, UFC 323. That's Marvin Vettori, who's ranked number 14 in the middleweight division, against Bruno Ferreira. Ferreira trying to break into the ranks if he can get the win over Vettori. And also Jalen Turner returns on the card after a quick retirement and takes on Edson Barboza. Abel Stevenson versus Billy Swanson in Dirty Boxing Thursday night. Diana Santos says flying to Brazil next week, not for a vacation, not for a fight, but for a dentist appointment. That's how expensive America is.
A lot of people ask me, what's up with Aspinall? What's up with the eye poke? I don't know. Only he knows how bad it was. But I've been in a lot of fights where I've got eye pokes and I continue. And only he knows.
And not too more kind of thinks Tom Aspinall could have kept fighting after that eye poke. He thinks that if Aspinall was the challenger for the title in that fight, he would have continued fighting. But since he's a champion, he made a calculated decision not to continue and potentially lose the belt.
I think he could fight, you know, but I think he made a decision, a business decision, yeah, because he thought, okay, because if he was CDU gain, he would not stop, because otherwise he's not gonna get the title shot. Yeah. But he's the champion, he's gonna make money as a champion. Right. So from what I think is, he could fight, but he chose not to do it. Yeah. So is that chicken out? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. So you think he just made a calculated decision?
No, I think 100% that he got hurt. Probably he cannot see with the eyes, you know. Yeah. But what I'm seeing is some people can fight without the eyes, you know.
Right. I mean, but Cyril Gane is such a good striker. Like, to fight that guy with one eye is crazy, bro. Like, you're gonna get knocked out.
Yes, especially a heavyweight. Yeah. So
and the fact that he gets to keep his belt and now do a rematch with pay-per-view points as a defended champion, it just makes so much more sense. If he continues and gets knocked out, his whole career could change. Look what happened with Anthony Smith.
I believe so. But we have to talk about that. You know, we have to say, okay, he made a decision. Yeah. Was the right decision? Maybe. Yeah. But if you ask me, if he could keep fighting, I would say yes.
UFC doing a show at the White House for America's 250th birthday in June, but there's no American-born male champion and only one number 1 ranked American-born male on the roster. With Umar Nurmagomedov claiming the number 1 bantamweight ranking spot from Sean O'Malley, the top-ranked American-born male fighter is Bilal Muhammad, who's ranked number 1 in the welterweight division. No champions, one number 1 ranked fighter. The fall of the United States MMA continues.